Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Franklin from the Money Code Academy, and on today's video I want to share with you what I titled 7 lessons to learn from the ongoing crisis. Now, if today is your first time of coming to this channel, I will encourage you to subscribe to this channel, click on the notification bell so that the next time I post a new video you will be the first to receive it. On this channel I talk about money, I talk about personal finance, talk about how to manage your money, how to multiply your money. I talk about financial freedom, and I also talk about entrepreneurship. So if you're interested in these things, kindly make sure you subscribe as quickly as possible. Now, the reason I want to share this with you is because over the months I've been pondering on everything that is going on in the world right now, and for me, there is so much that I have come to learn. I mean, there are things that I've known prior to this time, but right now, it has come to make a whole lot of sense. We're living in that moment where all the things that matters months ago no longer matter today. The only thing that matters now is just how to stay alive. So on the basis of this, I made up my mind I was going to do a video to share some few things that you need to know, you need to learn as a lesson. And the first thing that I wrote down here is that money is not the most important, health is. You know, prior to this time, the way people have treated money, the pursuit of money, many don't really give attention to their health. They just feel, come on, I need this money and I need to get it. But the truth is, beyond the money, your health matters a lot. So think about it. Before this time, have you been paying attention to your health? You know, all of a sudden, the need for personal hygiene has increased. Look at it, prior to this time, nobody really cared about washing their hands, apart from those in the medical field. Every other person, they don't really care. Imagine someone just finished sneezing and, you know, that person will still bring his or her hand for you to shake that particular hand. Now look at this. All those while, we didn't know the kind of risk that we have been taking. But this season has proved to us and made us to know that health is of great importance. So what does that tell you? Make a conscious decision that you will take your health seriously. Do everything you can to stay alive. It is true that in some parts of the world right now, the lockdown is currently being relaxed. But be wise, because health in the long run is wealth. A man without a sound health cannot make money. Don't forget that. So take advantage of this that I'm sharing with you, because it will go a long way to help you. The next lesson you need to learn in this particular crisis is that emergency funds is greatly needed. Definitely, this whole thing is going to come to an end, and by the grace of God, you know, normal life is going to come back. People are going to get jobs. People are going to go back to their jobs and all that. But when this finally happens, you've got to make a conscious decision to set aside what is called emergency fund. It is a kind of savings where you save a certain amount of money on a regular basis, and that money you don't touch it until and unless there is a genuine emergency, just like what is happening now. I mean, those who didn't have emergency funds prior to this time, this particular situation, it has gone a very long way to affect them. But those who had emergency funds, this period, they are okay, at least to a great extent. So take note of this. It is of great importance to have emergency funds. If you are still among those who are earning and you are listening to me right now, make a conscious decision that you are going to start keeping that emergency fund. It is so important, especially if you are a married man or a married woman. You do this for yourself and for your family. Now, the next point that I wrote down here is that multiple streams of income is very important. Prior to this time, there are people who don't believe that multiple streams of income is necessary. But hear me, the times have changed. The current events have made us to understand that having multiple streams of income is of great importance. So this season, start thinking, what am I going to do to create or build an extra channel of income? Think about it so that you can come up with something like that. Because when you have multiple streams of income, it helps you to balance things. For example, this season, I was reading the news the other day and I saw where it was written that over 20 million jobs have been lost. That is 20 million families that have been deprived of their jobs. They've been deprived of their source of living. The question is, if they don't have other channels of income, what's going to happen to them? It's going to be very, very, very tough for them. So if there is any lesson to be learned in this particular crisis, having multiple streams of income is mandatory. So think about it. I have done a video on this, how to build multiple streams of income. I did the part 1, I did the part 2, and I'm going to be putting the link below, and I'm also going to put it somewhere in the corner. I would like you to listen to that particular video, because in that particular video I took out time to explain all that you need to know to build a side income or to build another channel of income. So take advantage of those videos because they'll go a long way to help you. The next lesson that I wrote down here is that relying on your job alone is not ideal. Looking at the way people have lost their jobs here and there, I came to the conclusion that it is not a good thing for someone to rely only on his or her job. And so for this reason, start working towards creating multiple channels of income. Initially, it may look difficult, but hear me, if you set your heart to it, you will definitely achieve it. So take advantage of it because this is very important. The next lesson that I wrote down here is that time with family is so important. Prior to this time, a lot of people, they've been living this life where they hardly see their children, they hardly meet with their family members. It has all been work, 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 work. But with the way things have taken place in the past few months, you realize that that work that they have been going out for this while, that job that they've been using as an excuse, stay away from their family members, you realize that those particular job, it no longer matters. What matters most is family. So take advantage of this because it will go a long way to help you. The next lesson that I wrote down here is that you must have value for your health. I remember before this particular lockdown took place, there are people who just want to overwork themselves because they have targets in their workplaces and all that. But hear me, never forget that your health matters a lot. In my own opinion, I would advise that you put your health above your job, because if anything happens to your health tomorrow, your employer will not hesitate to replace you. And this is why health is of great importance. So it is a lesson that needs to be learned. You get the point now? The last lesson to be learned here is that you have to be aligned with the essence of life. Suddenly, everybody have come to understand that beyond money, beyond the cars, beyond all the luxurious things that we have been chasing after, many have come to realize that purpose is what matters most. Knowing why you are in this world, knowing the reason for living. One of the greatest tragedies that can happen to a man is not to know why he is in this world, living a life without purpose. And so in this ongoing crisis, I want to encourage you to take advantage of these things that I've shared with you so far. If you will learn these lessons, your life post the crisis will be a very wonderful one. So that'll be all for this particular video. I want to encourage you, if you have gained value from this video, kindly make sure you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, give it a thumbs up, and most importantly, share the video with your friends and families. I'll speak to you again in the next video. Until then, I would like you to take advantage of my free course, Understanding Financial Freedom. It's a course that I did, a free course to help you understand what financial freedom is all about and how you can achieve it in your life. So I will just put the link below, okay? And check out that course, register for it, and finish it, because it's a very short course. And if you do this, I believe that there is something you're going to learn from that, and it will start you up on a journey to achieving financial freedom. Until I speak to you again, keep cracking the money code.